What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Right here is a Lego Lamborghini Diablo VT, and well, in this video I'm going to show you guys exactly how I built it. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so as always we're jumping right into Bricklink Studio, and well, as you can see, I've actually already got the front end of the Diablo built up. It looks pretty good, it's pretty simple, and yeah, now let's start designing the rest of the car. Alright, so as I began designing the side, I thought it would be a good idea to use the same sort of doors that I use on my Aventador mock, because these two cars both use scissor doors, but ultimately I decided on a bit more of a simpler approach that still looks good, but as a result is non-openable. It was also at this point when I decided to change the front end from looking like a 2000 to 2003 Diablo to more of a 1999 style Diablo. And this was because a lot of other people have done the 2000-2003 version, and I also slightly prefer the looks of the 1999 version. I also thought it would be a good idea to basically extend the whole car by an extra stud. So as you can see, I removed the whole back section, moved it back a little bit, and then just extended these sides. And yeah, now the car is looking a lot more proportional, and yeah, it's also almost completed. Alright everybody, so you just saw how I built the Diablo, and yeah, I have to say it came out looking really nice, and it just looks great in display with any other car of a similar era, any other like iconic supercar of a similar era. For example, with the Lego McLaren F1 set. I really wish I would have kept my Countach set, but unfortunately I took that one apart. But yeah, I think this would look really great with that as well, and I also threw in the F40 mock that I designed a little while ago, so yeah, it looks really great with all those. The mock itself is a bit fragile, but that is to be expected with something like as detailed as this. But this mock does still really encapsulate the feel of a Diablo. It's a lot more like streamlined than something like a Countach, but it's still got those sharp edges that are like classic to Lamborghini. Alright, so in the front here we've got kind of these indentations of headlights. It doesn't actually have like the glass for the headlights, which you actually can make it look like that by swapping these parts out for a 1x2 tile. But in my opinion, this looks slightly better because the indentations are just more reminiscent of the headlight shape. We've also got these doors here, which are actually offset by half a stud, so it basically makes it so that the rear can kind of bulge out and have a taper like a real Diablo would. A lot of people in their mocks combat this issue by making the rear basically 9 studs wide, but I just wanted to make my whole thing 8 studs wide, so that's kind of how I made it look like it tapers out like a real Diablo would. It also does use the bar windshield like my Aventador, because I think it's probably the only way to get like a realistic looking windshield at a scale like this. And then moving on to the rear, this is probably the section that I like most about this car. The rear side vents are accomplished by having these two basically flaps on a dual hinge system, so they're hinged basically so that they can slant backwards as well as sideways. It's also got a few engine details in the back here. It's not completely realistic, but it does look pretty good. And then moving on to the back, we got the classic quad round headlights, as well as the 4 exhausts down below here, which are just using some binocular pieces. I also do want to mention the parts here in front of the rear vents. I think this is a pretty unique technique and a part that I never really would have expected to use. I'm not even sure what these parts are called, but it basically allows you to have a sort of inward slant as well as a forward slant, which gives it kind of like that aggressive look. And also this car does have an interior, and yes, it does use the default NPC looking minifig seats, which aren't exactly ideal. It's kind of just like a lazy thing that I did, but unfortunately this car was never really gonna fit minifigs because the roof is just too low and the bottom is too high. So these seats I guess do for now. It's also got a steering wheel and a gear shifter down here. I also should mention that I am planning to make instructions for this model. As of now, I can't really do it because the whole model is very fragile, and I think just too flimsy for a car to make instructions for, if that really makes sense. I don't really want to make a car that's just really finicky to build and that will fall apart if you press the part on too hard or something like that. But yeah, it definitely is possible with just a few modifications, so I will probably do that. And yeah, get the instructions released to you guys as soon as possible. I basically just finished school and finals and stuff, so I'm gonna have a lot more time to work on Legos and cars and stuff in general. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make more content this summer. Also, I know I haven't made any like truck videos in a while. I'm kind of running out of ideas, so maybe if you guys could comment some truck ideas, that would be appreciated. And yeah, overall, I hope you guys like this mock. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.